I'm sitting here with a full head of wet hair due to the popular demand requests for the beach hair tutorial. So this is hair pretty much right out of the shower. I've combed it through. I put in a little spray and conditioner, which is this. It is the Icon Healing Spray, the Icon India Oil. Love these little travel size bottles. They're usually the best way to try a product. You can commit to a small amount and see if you love it. Then if you do love it, you buy the full size and then just fill this up when you travel. So far I can tell you I love it. This is kind of experimental because I haven't had my hair dry with it yet, but it has the same beautiful sort of woodsy amber scent that the rest of the India Oil line has. And when I mentioned it on Twitter and on my blog, I had a few people say actually that they use it and love it, so I'm very excited about this. So hair up in a towel out of the shower, spray in a little bit of the healing spray throughout. Then I use a wide tooth comb. There are a few. This is one that I'm using right now that I love. Just a simple wide tooth comb. I have also the Goody combs, the two-tone ones that are pretty much the same as this but different color. I have them in every purse and in every bathroom drawer in the house and every shower. That's worth noting is that when I'm in the shower and I apply my conditioner, I comb it through and let it sit just to distribute it evenly. So this is all I do. I simply comb through the hair. I do not brush it. The key to waves and curls that have no frizz is to do as little as possible. If I use a brush on my hair, I will have very little wave and curl and lots of poof and frizz, which is not what we want. So the wide tooth comb it throughout the hair to distribute the product. Then I let it air dry a little bit. I put some makeup on, some powder and whatnot, and then I use my curling cream. This is my Icon Mesh curling cream that I've spoken of. I adore it. The thing I like about a curling cream versus a mousse or a spray is that you don't have the crunchy aspect. Beach sprays are very nice, but again, I find they do have a little bit of alcohol and often salt in them. So I am left with a hair that might look sort of beachy and tousled, but doesn't feel very nice. I don't like if I go like this in my hair and it gets stuck on something sticky, or it has a bit of a crunchy texture to it, and you can sort of feel it flaking off as you squeeze your hair. So I apply a little bit of this. I've put a little bit in, but I'll put a little more in. I usually apply maybe about 3 or 4 times this amount. I rub it through, and I emulsify it in my hands. I'm not really sure why, but my stylist has told me to do this, so this is what I do. It ends up looking like this. So I emulsify, and I just lightly, I'm barely touching my hair. I'm just trying to distribute it, and I'm sort of almost painting it on my hair and squeezing it in to the bottom part of my hair. I'll do this at the back. I'll do this underneath. And as I said, I have already put some in, so this is just really for tutorial. You see that I'm squeezing. I've combed it once. I don't really need to comb it again, and I'm squeezing. As I'm putting on my makeup, I'm also doing this. I'm grabbing small sections and I'm twisting and I'm dropping. I have a lot more natural wave underneath. I find it's the top pieces that tend to fall a bit flat and straight and don't stay wavy. So that is where I've applied a little bit of the curling cream, and now after doing that is when I'm going to start doing my twists. And like really, it actually just doesn't take that long. It seems maybe when you're getting used to it like a big deal, but it isn't. And I twist. I have sort of a layered bang. As you can see, it's about this long for lift, but I like that to curl too. I'm twisting on both sides away from my face, and I'm just letting them fall. I find this easier to do at night because I don't like to walk around during the day with a head of wet hair and odd twists sticking out of my head, but for the purposes of daylight and video, I'm doing this. So I just twist, I go all the way around, I grab a little piece like this. I've scrunched it quite a bit, so I have tried to encourage. I have wavy hair, I don't have curly hair, but you're seeing some curls. That's from sort of a commitment to doing this while it's wet. I'm just grabbing it gently and squeezing. and then just dropping it down. Now one little trick I can do, I have a clip, and with the bangs, because they tend to sit in my face, and even when my bangs are longer, if I part it on the center, I'm twisting, then I'm grabbing a piece underneath, and I'm twisting again, almost like a French braid, and I'm twisting. And if I want to keep it out of my hair, I grab one of these, just a little claw, and I do that. And I twist the pieces below. It's really just haphazard. These are Beachy Waves. This isn't Nellie Olson from Little House on the Prairie sausage curls. So they're very, you know, loose and casual, and you just want to look like you've been at the beach. So I do a little bit of that. I can pin it back while I'm doing my makeup, putting on my cream, you know, ironing my clothes, being the domestic goddess that I am, and I know you all are as well. And I just let it dry. Okay, so I'm back, and my hair is miraculously dry. It's just that easy. And as you can see, I've got some nice waves, some nice curls underneath. I haven't combed it, I haven't touched it, I haven't really done anything to it except let it air dry. And this is fine. This is a nice sort of holiday look, casual weekend look, whatever, around the house. But I really sometimes like to polish it up a little more, and this is where I've been having a lot of fun with this. It's amazing. My stylist recommended it to me. I had been using just a regular about 2-inch barrel curling iron and getting sort of nice flippy curls. I would flip back away from my face, but this is really something different. So, okay, beach curls, just as they are, allowed to dry. Now we will use this. So I take it in small sections. I do the crown. The crown is this section on top of the head, and so I just basically grab sections all the way around, and it sits on top, and the other curls just blend in. So I don't do my whole head. I don't have time for that. Who does? So the best way to do this is you want to start the curl at the top, at the root, and you want it to end down at the bottom. So it comes and then gets smaller as it goes down. And you definitely want to curl away from the face. So let's start with this side actually. I'm going to grab a piece about yay big and start like this. And you just twist and twist. I was at first terrified to use this, thinking, oh my god, I'm going to burn my hands. But I haven't, and it's super hot. I have it up as high as it can go. Just leave it for a few seconds. Until I can sort of feel it. I usually count to about 10 or so. Then I let go and I drop it. Now, important thing to remember when you're using a curling tool is to not comb it out until it's cool. It holds onto its shape better if it's allowed to cool. It still has remnants of the gel, the curling cream rather, that I put on before I let it dry, and I haven't added any extra product to my hair at all. So again, you know, I've got a chunk, I don't know, about, I guess you could call it perhaps about an inch. And again, curling away from my face, wrapping. I haven't even brushed it, like I've done nothing. So this is easy. Sorry, this is like very hard to watch in the camera, so I'll just do it like that. There we go. So I won Mississippi 2, Mississippi. I usually don't have to wait longer than 10 seconds for it to hold the curl. Even a big thick piece, because I'm not even holding it flat. And the curling iron seemed to only work when it was held flat against the barrel, whereas here I seem to be able to actually do large chunks of hair. So I'm just holding it for a few more seconds, and I can touch it. Usually when I touch like a big fat piece, if I can feel the heat is actually starting to come through, then I know it's done. And there we go. Got another one. And then you can see that, I mean, it's going to look better when I comb it out, but it's really, it doesn't have a sausagey look at all, and it really, once you start to comb through, adds a lot of volume, and you can see that it would easily blend in. I do along the crown, and then I do 2 pieces on either side of my face, so I'll do this as well so you can see how it turns out. And the beauty of this, get the cord out of my face, the beauty of this is that with a little Batiste, which I cannot live without, and nobody should. Adds volume, absorbs oil, and can make a great hairstyle and a good shampoo style, blow dry, whatever, last days longer. I won't tell you how many days I can go without washing my hair with this, and I can go at least 2 days without having to recurl it, and when I did recurl it, I literally recurled maybe 3 or 4 sections. And so there we go. Okay, I'm back. Time lapse, a few minutes. Just went around my head, did a few more curls, and they're nice and cool now. So next step is I take a little more of my curling cream. I don't know, like a nickel or dime size amount, about like that. I've reviewed this one, the Icon Mesh. It smells like figs and flowers. So then I just lightly touch, sort of not necessarily scrunching, but just touching, just sort of getting it through. One of the things also that to have beachy curls, you need to have separation, and this curl cream is perfect for that. You don't want your hair to group together, because that's when it's going to poof and just not really look like a curl anymore. It's just going to look like volume and puff, and that's what they use salt for in the beach sprays, and that's what happens when you're on the beach. The salt makes your hair stick together sort of like tendrils, and separates it. So using a curl cream gives that same effect, but without the crispy, crunchy effect that you can get from creams or gels. Okay, sorry, on the lip gloss. All right, so now this is my other comb. This is the one that I really love. I have these everywhere. These are my Goody combs, and they're a nice nylon comb, so they actually have quite a bit of give to them. They'll never tug and they'll never pull. I like a pick as well. I've used an Afro pick, but I need something a little wider, and I don't need it to be quite so long, so this is actually perfect. So right now I'm just going to gently, and this is the key, is gently. Like, I don't take it from the roots and do 100 strokes or anything like that. What I'm doing is I'm taking the curls that I've made with the curling iron and gently blending them into my own curls. And it might be a little sort of big hair. It calms after a while, and the curls do drop out to a certain extent. But as you can see, it's blending nicely and just sort of giving a wavy, tousled effect. And that is my beachy hair, my beach curls. And the beauty of this hairdo is that I don't have to do anything. I just have to give it a little comb in the morning, maybe a little refresher, maybe a little extra cream if it's looking like it needs a little extra poof or a little extra hold or a little separation, and I can go days. Let's not tell anybody, it's my little secret, how long I go with not washing my hair. But if you're like me and you have long, thick hair, washing it is an ordeal, and you'd like to do it as little as possible. So there you go. Beachy, curly, wavy hair. You can see that this is definitely more done than when I just let it air dry on its own, but I love it. I'm having a great time. This is low maintenance, and I hope that helps. If there's any questions, just please ask. I'll be happy to repeat anything or show you. I'm going to try and list the products again that I've used. They're all products that I review. So there you go. Thank you for stopping by. Bye.